Fit like a bee, Danny Min here, and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 Around the World in Time. We're back on the Liverpool and Manchester Railway. A weird thing occurred to me. I actually recorded the Christmas Eve episode back in November because I was planning to do all this for Christmas. And I was hoping to get the whole thing finished. I didn't. We only managed to get halfway. It's pretty barren over here. But I went back, it was actually on Christmas Eve. I went back and I reloaded the save game, the old one. I'm actually way further than this now. I'm almost down at Liverpool and about to start building out the city of Liverpool. So yeah, I went back and redid the whole map and covered it in snow. Not the entirety of the map, just the area where that we're sort of working in at the moment, because today is Christmas Day. So let me first of all say Merry Christmas to one and all. I hope you're having a lovely day with your family, etc, etc. Yeah, I thought I'd do something kind of Christmassy. Now it looks a bit odd. There's like a palm tree here and there's a cactus over here, obviously native to the UK. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I actually like the snow. These snowy trees and snowy roads were created by Mad Hatter, and these really add to the effect. You can use the snow paint tool and it looks totally fine, but once you add the icy roads and the snowy trees, it looks a hell of a lot better. Actually, they're actually in here. There we go. There's one ice. And then you go over here, there's the country road. Actually upgrade that section, because I must have forgot that. It doesn't work with every single road, like these little dirt lanes and stuff, because these are separate modded roads, and obviously there's no snow on the tracks or stuff, but it still looks pretty good. There's also a weird thing when you place trees, it removes the texture that you've painted over and adds grass. I didn't go around and remove the whole all of the sort of green trees. I left some of them floating about in there. I didn't paint the whole map white. I'm not that insane, not yet. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I love the snow texture. Even the water kind of looks like it's iced over. It looks really nice. So yeah, I haven't built anything. Obviously that's on a different save game where we're sort of way ahead. But yeah, I thought it'd be nice Christmas Day to have a little snow ride on the train. So without further ado, let's go and do that. So let's have a look. Right, so we're going to jump on this train here, the Rocket 2. It is starting at where are you starting at? You're starting from, no, this is not Bury Lane, this is Parkside. So obviously in the other save game, this is all sort of built up. What I did was actually let it play on for like ages and just let the town sort of grow on its own. It was very slow, but it was super annoying. But we eventually got it done. So yeah, we'll jump on board our little train and we'll maybe take this down out of the way. We will remember that that is there, and yeah, we'll jump. Well, what we'll do is we'll follow the train. We'll sort of have a look around in the sort of Christmas Eve episode that I did back in November. We didn't really look at anything in very high detail. We weren't really that close down to the ground. So this will be nice to sort of look around and see the map. This is a bridge that is in the way, so that's nice. But yeah, it's very cool. I do love the snow texture. I've always sort of done something kind of Christmassy with Transport Fever at Christmas, so I kind of wanted to do that. So we'll do this. We'll sort of be on the outside, the third person view for the train, and then once we get to Manchester, we'll actually jump on board the train, do a little drive by, and come back up to Parkside back there. I do feel for these people, the lower class passengers. They must be extremely cold, and our driver, maybe a woolen hat should have been better instead of a top hat. As nice as it may look, it's not going to really keep your head warm. It might keep it dry. But yeah, so it looks pretty good. There's some grass textures poking through. That's because of the trees and stuff. But yeah, it looks really nice. Obviously the snow takes away all the textures of the sort of wheat and corn and potatoes that you do for your fields and stuff. But it still looks pretty good. So I'm pretty impressed with that. I just love the way the winter looks as well. And there's also the guy who made the sunset mod has made a night sky mod that is not completely in darkness. I've tested it out. It looks absolutely fantastic. So we're going to do a video on that as well. So we'll heading down to Manchester for Christmas. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying your Christmas day with your family, friends, whoever you're spending it with. For those of you who have to work during Christmas, I feel for you. I really do. Especially for those who work away from home. Soldiers, sailors, airmen, people who work in the oil and gas industry. A lot of them, if they're working in oil rigs or working overseas, generally people who work overseas that can't be at home for Christmas because their company doesn't really stop. Yeah, I feel for you guys. I've done it many times before in a previous life, and thankfully I don't have to sort of worry about that again. Well, not at the moment. I may go back to the oil and gas industry. Things are a bit fragile just now, so we'll see how it goes. But yes, I'm actually getting to spend Christmas at home. I think last year I was in Israel, and then I was in Israel the year before that as well, and I was actually offshore, so I wasn't on the beach or in my hotel room in Israel. I was on a ship, and the second time I was on an oil rig. So, but they put on a very nice Christmas spread, etc. So that was good. Did a quiz night as well. That was good. Quiz night, bingo. They often do things like that offshore on oil rigs, just to give you a bit of fun. It's not always fun though. Sometimes you have to work, and that really sucks. Getting up at 6 o'clock on Christmas morning to do the job that you are there to do, and then maybe it doesn't go well and you have to sort of work through the night. It's not great. But yeah, I'm actually getting to spend one of those rare Christmases with family. So for me it will be dinner at home at my mum's house, and then we are going out to my girlfriend's mother and father's house. Yay! But tomorrow is Boxing Day, where I will be unleashed to go to the pub and do whatever the hell I want. So it's looking good. So yeah, it's been a tough year. So was the year before. It was pretty tough as well. I don't know why you have stopped. Because this is a station, yeah. People don't really use this though. They can get to it. It is connected to the road. But I love this. Look at the sort of icy water and the snow and stuff. And I love these snow-covered trees. They are truly magical. Like, these people here, I don't think can get... Well, they could just walk across the tracks. I mean, it's not like the era of high speed or electrified rail, so it's not particularly dangerous. The train ain't particularly fast. In fact, what is your... Give me your details. So, capacity of 25 miles per hour. Yeah, it's pretty slow. By today's standard. So, yeah, ooh. There are like random deer and bears and things running around. That really looks nice. Really sets the scene. But yeah, I love this sort of Chatmoss area. This is not what Chatmoss would have looked like back in the day. It would have been very flat farmland. Ooh, that water looks weird because it's higher than... Yep, it's one of the things you have to watch for when placing the water texture is it actually... It's fine if it's above, like a road or rail or whatever, as long as it's like sort of dipped down. When it's at an angle like that, it looks like it would just run off to the side. But for its part, it will do. I might come back and retouch that now that I've actually noticed it. I probably noticed it before and went, nah, that'll be fine. And then now I've looked at it again and been, yeah, it's not fine. So we are coming into Astley Station. Still a little village here, nice little church, the trees in the background. This is actually a water tower, but there are quite a lot of these, especially down in England. I've seen quite a few of them. They're very cool, so I wanted one of them in there again. So the problem with the snowy trees is there's no, when you go into the assets, you get this mixed trees, which is great. It places a bunch of bushes and trees, so it really looks like a sort of a woodland area. But you can't get that with the with the snow covered trees. You can get a brush, so you don't have to place them individually, but you have to then go around and place the bushes and stuff on your own. And I don't know why it takes away the snow texture. I suppose if it was snowing, the snow would land on the trees and maybe it would give the ground a bit of cover. But that doesn't always seem to be the case. Never when I've been in a wooded area that's been full of snow. What is that? That is a really weird texture on that building. It sort of looks like it's all made of glass. Still cool though. That's a medieval building asset right there. We've got some farms over here. This wall did not snap to the ground like it was supposed to do, but that's okay. There we go. We've got the really cool windmills in the background that were ported over from Transport Fever 1. I've been sort of doing that with a lot of mods. There is actually a really nice snow mod that sort of covers everything. It even covers the building rooftops and any assets or walls that you place. It places a light covering of snow. Snow on the tracks, snow like on the ground where these grassy textures will be. There's the other train. I didn't see the other train because there's a tree like right here. See the tree? Nice. Where are we? We are at Barton Moss. So Barton Moss I've kind of really made, it's just a small station, and I've made it more like a water and coal fill up for these trains, because they would have needed to fill up with water and coal. So yeah, let's continue on. Alright, jump on with me rocket. Yeah, so it was on transportfever.net, the snow mod, and it was awesome at the time. Way back when, 2017, I think the mod was released, and it was really good. It was a bit buggy sometimes. It did crash, and then he came out with an updated 2.1 version. I raked high and low on Steam Workshop and all the other mod sites for like that sort of mod again. That would have made this so much easier. You can put in all the assets and you can add it in a save game and it will add snow on everything, and it's really nice. See this, for some reason, right? Oh, I thought that was snow, but it was just the way the light was reflecting on it. I love these windmills though. I'm so glad that they actually worked when porting them across. And they actually look like they could just be Transport Fever 2 assets as well, which is really nice. There's a broken bit of fence there. I think I might have been a bit too heavy-handed with the old deletion brush. It still looks okay. There we go. So we are, where are we? We're at Pettycroft. Now this will hopefully build out on its own, but shouldn't build down past these roads here. Although the mod that stops buildings from building and roads being built on it doesn't seem to be working at the moment. It won't work actually, because I replaced those roads with the snow roads. So it's a sort of 50-50. The only way to combat that is to place every single building on your map by hand on your own, and just takes forever. That's why I've got some of these organically placed towns in. There we go. You'll have Theodore White. That's an appropriate name because it is white. It's certainly not a white Christmas where I am right now. It's a sort of 50-50 whether we get snow on Christmas. It's more often going to be cold and windy and damp with rain. Really just like horrible weather. Not this nice snow or anything like that. Right, so here we are into Eccles. Nice. Now we're getting to this area, and there was a lot of assets placed in here, and I didn't want to delete all the sort of green trees in case I wiped out the assets. So I left the green trees in and just tried to sort of use the snow tree brush to sort of try and cover it up. It kind of worked, it kind of didn't. You'll see it as we go past. Again as well, there's a lot of concrete and stuff in the city of Manchester, so there's really only snow in area where there's little gaps that is actual ground texture. Anything that's part of a building or anything like that will not accept the beautiful white snow. A weird thing is as well in Transport Fever is you always get like these edges, these little edges of dirt at the side of roads. Same with the rail as well. Now I don't mind that. Not really with the rail, but I sometimes do with the road because it looks a bit weird. I know what they're going for because it's the sort of thing you would get in real life, but it just doesn't look as good. That is really a high... I'm going to have to level that out to make that not as steep. There we go, passing the logging camp. The logging camp is definitely something that is an example of it will not accept any texture that you try to paint over it. These trees as well, so when you place a tree, it gives you this green grass and you can't get the white snow underneath it. I don't know why it does that. I don't understand why it needs grass. It should just accept the texture that is underneath. Sometimes it's totally fine. If it's near a road, it won't do it, which is pretty good. But yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There's our gasometer. In the background there are the people heading down towards Manchester. I'm intrigued whether these lamps will light up during when I do the nighttime, the dark sky mod, which is not actually really dark at all. It kind of works like it did previously. The previous nighttime sky mod had this beautiful moon in the skybox, and it sort of lit everything up, so it wasn't completely dark. And I think the modders just went back in and recreated it so that the mod it doesn't look as dark now that you've got the moon back. There we go, we've got some people on the road with horse and cart. Hello there, cow, Merry Christmas to you. The Christmas cows. They're going to be very cold, but it's okay. So here we come into snowy Manchester again. Can't paint snow over these buildings. It's just something that it won't work. That's why the previous mod for Transport Fever 1 was so good, because it would shade in all this area here and all these trees and buildings. The rooftops would have a snow covering and it was really nice. Unfortunately, when I tried to port it across, it was a wild stab in the dark. I don't think it was ever going to work. I think there's no way in hell that you would get it to work. Yeah, it just would not take. It was like, nah, you're insane. It's not really like an asset or a vehicle. It's more of a sort of gameplay or script mod, and those really don't like to be ported across from Transport Fever 1 to Transport Fever 2. I think there's just too many variables that the mod has to adjust for, and it just can't do it. So that's a real shame, but we'll work away with what we currently have. It's not too bad. I think it looks nice. I don't know if you guys think it looks nice. I mean, we've got the sunset mod as well. I'm gonna do the Boxing Day episode. We're gonna jump on the train again. Right, here, look. See this? These idiots are trying to build on here. I don't know how or why, because no one should be building on this street. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to look. Now, this is probably happening in quite a lot of places. In some areas, I put invisible path down so that this wouldn't happen, but it looks like it is still happening. This house is very new. I don't know what is going on there, but I suppose it might just be the fact that we've thrown quite a fair amount of mods into this game. I've not had a crash in a while. I did have the huge crash, the huge like save game corrupted files after building Manchester that was truly soul destroying, because I had to rebuild Manchester, and I think I was only up to Eccles, but yeah, it took a lot of time to do that, and then to have it break, I was very sad. So hopefully that won't happen again. I've been backing up saves and stuff, so obviously I've kept this one, and this one is all the way back from November, but I'd rather go back to November and just do the other half of the map again rather than having to start from scratch, because that would be pretty devastating. That is something I do not want to happen. So here we go, coming into Liverpool Street Station. We've got a few trains here. These are just placeable assets. As I said in the previous episode, Sans Perel here actually run on the Bolton and Leigh line, which might be an episode that is going to come up soon because that line is pretty much done. Also, while this train is coming into the station, over here I'd actually built the the smeltery or the steel works, and like over here, like this is done. All that out to Bolton is done. There's a quarry over here somewhere. There's a coal mine down here. One of the things I need to do before getting to Liverpool is there's a train works over here for building trains, and I want to build that because I think it's going to be kind of cool. So let's jump back on to the train. There it is. Now I would imagine you're net in profit, right? Oh, you are, because no costs is on. We're still minus 24 million, which is odd considering how much money I probably spent. Right, we'll actually 2 times speed this because that actually took a long time, and then we'll have a look on ground level. Hello. Merry Christmas, driver. Can you actually see anything? Or are you just flying blind? I like the way this worked out. This is a thing that is very common in the UK, especially in really large built-up cities where old rail still exists. It literally just runs parallel to sort of, not high-rise buildings, but higher buildings. That never upgraded, that bridge. Either did this road. I think it was colliding with the water, even though the road itself doesn't change size, it just changes the colour and the textures. So I don't know why that didn't work, but it's weird. I'm still happy with the way this looks. I'm going to be even happier once the sunset mod is on and the nighttime one. That's going to be cool. Nighttime in the snow. We'll do one as well. We'll do like a drive-by of the map in its sort of nice. It's standard daylight form. The whole series is not going to be snow and night and sunset mod. It's going to be mostly normal for the most part. We will ride on each line using the different skyboxes, the sunset and the nighttime one. We're not going to add snow to everything. This took actually a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. I thought it was going to be wham bam, thank you ma'am, but it wasn't. It took a long time, which was one, really happy to get it finished, because it kind of looks okay. And two, sort of realising that was a couple of hours that I could have spent actually building out the finished product of the line. I don't know why, but this asset only renders in from one side. So it's actually a shed, but it only renders in from one side. On one side it's invisible, the other side it's totally normal. So here we are coming into waste. It's nice. These churches are not really UK churches, but there doesn't seem to be any on Steam Workshop. So I've just sort of picked ones that are relatively close to what the UK churches look like. Why have you stopped? I know there's a station here. Hello. That is obviously German, but again, there's not really very old school British assets for us to use, so there's plenty of British or UK mods in Steam Workshop. There really is. There's a phenomenal amount. There's a lot of German stuff. I see more French stuff coming in all the time. I've seen quite a few Russian and Soviet Union stuff coming in, or ex-Soviet Union, which is really cool as well. And there's more stuff for like Asia. There's a lot of trains for Japan. I'm really looking forward to getting building out railways for Japan once we get there. But we need to wait for the appropriate time period to start over on that map. So here we go at Eccles. Again, Eccles is just a standard AI town. Now I'm really hoping that it doesn't sort of do away with my assets like this church. So this church in the background, I can already pretty much see that. Oh, we've got an autosave. So that means this video has been longer than half an hour. Okay, duly noted. Yeah, I can already see that a building has tried to build inside the church. Now it shouldn't. That is not a thing that should happen, but it is a thing that's happening. Oh man, that sucks. I've tried many things to combat this and it never seems to work. I need to go back and delete that building. But I would imagine this is happening all over the map and I just sort of can't see it. Again, the only way to defeat that is to... There's a fox. Snow fox. See the fox? I saw the fox. Yeah, the only way to combat that is to place every single building individually. And unfortunately, the AI towns don't build things like churches or, you know, like current day superstores or supermarkets and things. Those are assets that you have to place yourself. And if you don't find a way to block off the AI from building, it literally will build into the building. There are some assets that you can leave with the building collision on, so nothing can build because it's a collidable asset. The only problem is they're kind of weird in the way they work. Sometimes it looks just fine, sometimes it looks a bit weird. There's certain distances that they have to be placed from roads, etc. And yeah, sometimes it looks fine, sometimes I just hate the way it looks, so it's a sort of 50-50. But here we are at Barton Moss, so we'll be heading off to Flow Moss, and then we'll pretty much, that'll be us, right? There's the cows. Hello, dairy cows. So there's a lot of milk being produced in there. Yeah, this is nice. I am a bit sad that there's no snow here, but you can't win all the time. I really do like the winter trees, as I've said. So where's it next? No, it's Astley Station. Look, there's a bear. And it looks great running through the snow. Yep. Running. That is a creature that is scared and panicking. His vast wilderness has been overtaken by large cities and small towns. He's actually stuck in a field surrounded by a wall. There's the other train. Hello, fellow rocket driver. Here we are at Astley. Next stop is Flumos, and we enter the literal wilderness. Again, there you go, other church, but the brickwork would be reminiscent of UK, but the spire. It's just the spire. The spire throws me off. UK churches do have spires, but yeah, it just looks odd. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem like a UK church. I mean, there are like 7 churches in the town I used to live in. And it's not really a big town. But yeah, there was one. There's like the north, south, east, west. There's a couple in the middle. Yeah, a lot of churches. And there's the sideways water. Defying gravity and physics there. Awesome. Same with this water, I think. I do like the water paint, and because I've said before, dealing with water physics in Transport Fever 2 is absolutely horrible, because water will only go at sea level, so you can't get water above sea level. You can't have like a river flowing down a mountain, or a lake in a field, or out in a forest. You have to do it using the paint textures. There is no other way. And there was a fantastic mod for Transport Fever 1, which was like a lake and river builder. And what you had to do was switch on the contour lines, and you could click certain points on a specific contour line, and it would literally fill that area with water. And it was absolutely awesome. And now that I've remembered what the hell it is, I'm going to go and try and port that across. I don't know if it's going to work, because I would imagine it's for... Right, hold on. What's happening with that section of track? It's like going down and then up. I need to fix that section of road, because there will be no ballast over track, and there will be no weird up down bumpy bits on this track. It will be flat, as Rail Network and British Rail intended. So we are approaching Bury. Yeah, Bury is a single platform station. The other platform at the other side is for cargo, which we will use once we get this farm up and running. Once the farm is up and going and it can supply grain. I have made the fatal mistake of adding 2 industrial mods that are incompatible with each other. So what I have to do is go around the map and delete all the place industries. I'll obviously remember where they are, but I need to remove one of those mods. And then we'll be good. We'll be able to use... Hello, Signal Man. He's just having a smoke break, because it is far too cold to just randomly be staying outside. There we go. There's another bear way in the distance. There's the green grass. There's another animal I can see running over there. Hello, lady in horse and cart. I don't know what it is, but the bridges just seem super high in Transport Fever. I suppose... Nah, not really. Trains obviously do get larger as time goes on. Yeah, there is actually one guy in the signal box and one guy outside. That's pretty cool. Love the signal box asset. It looks awesome. There we go. Little country road over there heading off to Bolton. And then back to Parkside Station. Yes, this is nice. So here we are. Obviously this cathedral, abbey, really big, huge church, whatever you want to call it. This is obviously not. This is German. I'm pretty sure of it, or Norwegian or something. Yeah, this here. See, this road, I've placed a path along here. It's an invisible path that literally starts from where the church is, roughly about there, and then goes all the way along there, because I'm going to build like a graveyard and stuff in there. But this road keeps on building, which is unfortunate. These houses have built in here as well, and they shouldn't. Yeah, you guys need to move. But yeah, there we go. We have made it. Now we could have pottered on to Newton Bridge. That's where the train will go. It will then come down here at Earlston, where there are some people waiting. Obviously, as I've said, I'm actually a bit further ahead. Collins Green is done. St Helens is done. Where is Rainhill? Alright, so it's the station past that, yeah. Highton Quarry was... I just built the quarry sort of over here. There's a coal mine down here as well, or a coal field. And then I'm sort of doing this area, and then I want to do the train works, and then we need to build up Liverpool, which is not massively flat, so it's going to be interesting flattening out that, because I haven't actually done it yet. But yeah, I love the snow. Everyone should love the snow. The snow looks great. It does obviously cause havoc in real life, but apart from that, snow is fantastic. So yeah, that is going to be... Are these boxes floating? They are. And this is an actual Urban Games. This is made by... Okay. Right, where is the other train? I need you. I need you for screenshot. And I want you to be in a nice, well-lit, snowy area. Are you going to be in a nice, well-lit, snowy area? Where the hell's the train? How far did you get? Now, we were on Rocket 2, so we want Rocket 1. Rocket 1 is heading for Manchester. Okay, good for you. Right, so we're going to leave it there for that episode. I hope you enjoyed the little Christmas day run in the snow. We'll do another one for Boxing Day. What we'll do is we'll jump on the train going this way, and we'll follow it back going the other way. That'll be nice, I think. And we'll do it with the sunset mod on to see how it looks. Now obviously there's no weather, there's no actual snow that falls from the sky. Super upsetting. That really does upset me. But it is what it is. But yeah, we'll leave it there for that episode. As always, if you did watch this and you would like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if there is more you would like to see in the future, then hit the subscribe button. But I've been Danny Man. I would love to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, stay safe, and I will catch you later.